I was originally going to write about a crackhead riding a unicycle down our street while smoking a cigarette, but then I saw the Tyler Perry documentary from FD and my priorities changed ever so slightly. um, I wanted to talk about the black bourgeoisie after that, but then I didn't know enough about it, so here's where we lead to a poem which is called The Weight Should Not Have to Rest on One. It is okay to feel alone. The table was never just wood, it was shelter once, a place to hide beneath when footsteps meant danger and the floorboards learned the shape of fear before they ever learned the weight of success. Later it became a promise, then a goal, then a fortress. Four legs carved from hunger, a surface polished with exhaustion, a throne built from the idea that safety could be assembled if the work was relentless enough. And when the table was finished, it was magnificent, so magnificent that no one else was allowed to sit. Not out of cruelty, but out of memory, because scarcity teaches the hands to hold tighter than the heart wants to, because survival writes its own rules and calls them wisdom. So he sat alone at the masterpiece of his escape, surrounded by the empire of his endurance, and could not understand why the room of abundance felt empty. Success had weight, it did not have warmth. So he burned it, flames climbing the grain like old ghosts finding their way home, smoke carrying the story upward. I built the wrong altar. Somewhere else you are standing in the glow of a different fire. You who also carved your way out of places that never planned to release you. You did not inherit walls, you became one. You did not inherit arms, you made them. You stitched shelter from your own endurance and called it care. You learned how to turn wounds outwards so they became bridges that did not snare. You learned how to carry people without letting them feel the weight of your spine. You became the keeper of gardens that were never watered. You became laughter for those who forgot how. You became a voice for throats still learning the shape of sound. And the dangerous thing about strength is how easily it becomes an inheritance for others and a burden for the one who holds it. The knife did not stay where it cut you. You kept catching it mid-air before it reached someone else. Again, again, again. Until one day your body whispered a strange sentence. Enough love has been given outward. Come home. This is what the fire is doing. It is not destruction, it is subtraction. Old tables burn first. Tables where you performed healing instead of receiving it. Tables where you fed everyone and forgot to eat. Tables where your worth was measured by how much of yourself could be missing without anyone noticing. Watch closely. The fire is not taking your strength, it is removing the rooms where your strength was spent incorrectly. The fire is not taking your strength, it is removing the rooms where your strength was being spent incorrectly. Somewhere in scripture, a carpenter walks into a holy place and flips furniture. He starts flipping furniture. Not because he hates the temple, because he loves what it was meant to be. Some tables are built on devotion, some are built on theft. Righteous anger knows the difference. Sometimes holiness looks like overturning what you spent years learning how to maintain. Sometimes faith is fire. Now listen carefully, because this is where the paradox breathes. They tell us justice for one is justice for all, and sometimes that is true. When one person breaks through, the door learns it can move. The hinges remember possibility. The hallway shifts its posture. A single success can widen the imagination of a generation, but there is truth, and there is another truth that walks beside it quietly. A door opened once is not a door held open. A seat at one table is not a room built for many. Visibility is not the same thing as access. Representation is not the same thing as relief. One person eating does not mean the famine is over. This is the tension we carry and that I struggle with. To celebrate the breakthrough without mistaking it for the harvest. To honor the miracle without forgetting the crowd still waiting outside. To succeed without letting your success become the argument against everyone who cannot. Because survival mythology is seductive. It says, if I did it, anyone can. It forgets that not everyone started under the same table. Not everyone was hiding from the same footsteps. Not everyone survived the same winters with the same tools. Your fire refuses that lie. You are not building a private throne. You are building a table with extra chairs. You are measuring the wood differently. Not how high can this go, but how many people can breathe here. This is the deeper paradox. Justice for one must become justice for we, or it becomes another polished loneliness, another magnificent emptiness, another table waiting for fire. And still, there is mercy here, because you are learning something rare. You do not have to save everyone to belong to everyone. Community is not built by bleeding indefinitely. It is built by refusing the systems that require your exhaustion to function. So if the fire feels lonely, understand this. Burning is a form of boundary. Flame is the body's way of saying this structure was costing too much. You are not losing yourself, you are recovering the space where yourself was never allowed to sit. The old tables are almost gone now. Charred outlines, warm air, the smell of endings that feel suspiciously like oxygen. Soon you will build again, but this time the design will be different. The legs will be made from rest, the surface from honesty, the chairs from reciprocity. And when people gather, no one will have to perform strength to stay seated, not even you. Until then, dance in the fire. Let the flames teach you which structures were survival and which were theft. Let the smoke carry upward everything you were never meant to carry alone. Some tables are meant to hold meals. Some are meant to hold memories. And some are only ever meant to be burnt. Thank you.